Welcome to episode 4 of Ketchup with Max. I'm your host, Captain Max Sparrow. And this is...
Jose, and welcome to my channel, Captain
Totally
Max.
missed his line. Totally missed his line. And you know what? We're not gonna redo it. You just...
We
just flubbed his line.
I get one take? That's it?
One take.
That's all I get. All right. Well, thank you viewers for coming
why
over.
we're doing
Thank you for watching episode 4 of Ketchup with Max.
Ketchup with Max.
And today we are covering Tasting History's 4th episode, which is the Lent episode. What is that? That's disgusting.
A piece of plastic or something.
I'm going to keep that. All right. The Lent episode. It's...
Cocktail. Vodka.
No, it's
soda.
gin.
No, it's gin.
Gin and
Tanqueray and soda with a little bit of lemonade.
I like the glass.
To sweeten it up. Yes, it is The Last Jedi. Haters gonna hate, but we got them from work. So.
It's not my first Star Wars movies. I think at this point it's like my 3rd or 4th. All right, it's like your 5th one, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, moving along. So, Tasting History, episode 4.
Episode 4. It was Bruet of Almaynne in Lent. And Lenten foods. We covered Lenten foods. That was actually a really delicious dish. It was basically almond porridge with honey. It was like sweet, kind of desserty. It was really good.
But it's a breakfast food, maybe?
It's whenever. They didn't really, delineate between things. It probably wouldn't have been made with honey maybe for a lot of people and stuff. But this was, you could make it with wine, which is interesting. You could make it with honey and it'd be sweet. So it changed it up.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Either way, it's not vegan, of course, with the honey. But if you made it with water, because it's made with almond milk, because almonds were actually very popular in the Middle Ages.
That's interesting.
It could be made vegan.
Interesting. Well, we don't really do too many vegan recipes, or at least we haven't so far, I think.
I don't. I mean, it's not because I don't want to. It's just there aren't a lot of historic vegan recipes, at least in Europe. Okay. Maybe if I go to do more Indian food.
Right. Definitely a modern fad. Or I won't say fad.
No,
it's
not.
A lifestyle.
I mean, it is, but in parts of the world, it's actually been a...
Uh-oh.
It's the kitties.
Say hi, Cersei.
She's mad because Jaime's chasing her around. In parts of the world, it's been around for a very long time. I guess in America and in Europe, it's fairly new.
Yeah. No, we have a friend. His name's Courtney. He has a vegan YouTube channel.
Wonderful channel.
Yeah, Vegan Cookie with Courtney, and I'll put a link. He does more modern foods, and everything looks good.
He looks good. Yeah.
Well, he's in great shape relative to ours. But
makes me feel very bad about myself.
If it weren't for a pandemic, I would definitely have him cook us something. But anyway, back to our dish.
Yes.
Bruet of Almaynne.
Bruet or Bruet of Almaynne in Lent.
Got it.
Depending on where you are when you say it.
All right. So you say it's a porridge. In my head, a porridge is for poor people, but it's not.
No, everybody ate it. Just like pottage, everybody would eat pottage.
What is pottage, though?
Pottage is literally anything cooked in a pot. That's how the word came. It ended up meaning more like stewed kinds of things, but it's cooked in a pot. It's pottage.
And my idea of porridge is that it's mush. Is it always mush?
I don't know.
No.
I mean, most of the recipes I've ever seen is kind of mushy.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
You sound so disappointed. What were you expecting?
I guess in
like
my head...
a side of roast beef or something?
I don't know. Like in my head, I think porridge, and I just think of mush, kind of like oatmeal. Like it's just mush. It's good after you add a lot of sugar to it.
I'm gonna take off my captain's hat.
Okay.
Goodbye, Max Sparrow. Simply because the lighting shields my face.
That's your beautiful face.
Yes. Hi, Cersei.
All the vanity. Oh, Cersei. Hi. Okay, so something that was interesting that I learned about in this video was the use of almond milk.
Yes.
It's not just a modern thing. People used to use almond milk back in the medieval times.
Very popular in medieval Europe.
Do you have any idea of how they used to make almond milk? Like, would they just crush?
I show you in the video.
Is it just crush?
Crushed almonds with water or wine, and then That's really all you need. That's almond milk.
That's interesting. I don't know if milk is the right word, right? What would you call it? Almond oil? I don't know. I guess it's not as
It's not
appetizing.
oil. Yeah.
Yeah. Back when we started TikTok, because we're hip. Mm-hmm. There was
With the kids.
there was that. There's like that medieval like TikTok. Sometimes you get pushed into weird channels. Like I was in Mexican food TikTok for the longest.
For a very long time.
And also the cleaning TikTok, which is interesting. It's like all the Mexican stereotypes. Mexicans clean, Mexicans like all these like dishes.
And yet he never cleaned the house. What's up with that?
More than
He's
you
playing
do,
against the type. That's what it is.
I hate you. All right. But the not Mexican TikTok, the medieval TikTok, they had this fad where they were dancing to a kind of like a medieval version of Shakira, which I was hoping you would do. It's not going to happen apparently, but it's going to happen. Max can dance. You have some dance moves because you've been on stage. So.
Yes. It's a little bit of ballet, but mostly tap. Tap was always my forte.
You did ballet.
I had to take ballet. Yeah.
Oof.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I was never flexible.
Yeah. I have a hard time imagining that one.
I went like twice a week. Like a ballet dancer goes like 4 times a day. I could never catch up to him, so I took it simply because I had to.
Oh. All right. Well, tell us more about this episode. Is there anything interesting that stands out in your mind?
The history in the episode that I talk about is like how people got around the fact that during Lent you weren't supposed to eat anything from an animal. So essentially you were supposed to be vegan, though they didn't consider honey to be from an animal. But and one of the things was they would just decide, but you could eat fish. So they would decide that, because they didn't consider that an animal, I guess, they would decide that things like beavers and puffins were fish because they were associated with the water. And then barnacle geese, which is definitely not a fish because it's a goose, was a fish because they would appear, because they would migrate into northern Europe and sit on these logs that had these barnacles growing on them. So they imagined that when the tree was standing up, that the barnacles hatched the geese.
Makes sense.
And that's where they came from.
It makes sense. It's kind of like
It's so silly. I love it.
Like the origin of chicken of the sea, but it's like that geese of the sea, like idea.
Chicken of the sea, like, is it Star-Kissed?
Is it
tuna?
I don't know. You're the expert, quote unquote. It was a fun short episode. I really enjoyed it. I think it was well liked with as far as like your viewers.
Yeah, though I look back, so I just watched it again and well, one, my hair was excellent. So I do have to say that. 2, I didn't say this time on Tasting History. I said, I think, today on Tasting History. Threw me for a loop. I was like, that's not how it goes. And then the jump cuts.
A little rough.
Really rough. Because, so when I started the channel, like, I couldn't get 2 sentences out before screwing up. And rarely could I get literally 2 sentences. Whereas now I can get several paragraphs out before I screw up, and so I can have larger edits.
Gotcha. You know what's going to be rough? This video.
This one that we're filming right now?
Yeah, this one's going to be rough. I was like, should I keep that in? Oh, no. All right, so let's tackle some viewer comments. Just some quick, easy ones. Rachel, her comment was, risking damnation to eat butter might just be the most French thing ever. Tell me, butter towers, what's that about?
The butter tower. So, I think it was in Rouen. They would put a tax. If you broke your fast during Lent, you could, instead of, going to hell, you could be okay with the church if you just paid a little bit of money. And butter was the thing that everybody was breaking their fast with in northern France, And so they got so much money that they were able to build a whole new building, a tower onto their cathedral, just from butter taxes because everybody kept breaking their
I'm
fast.
such an idiot. For some reason, I was thinking a literal tower made out of butter. I don't know why.
No.
Clearly, I wasn't paying attention.
It was not a butter tower. It was...
See, now I'm disappointed. Oh, that stinks. All right, another comment from Jamestown. Quote, They were acceptable for the purpose of eating. That's you.
It's one of my better puns.
and he said, you just got a subscriber. And another one, you could even say the definition was fluid. I already subscribed. You don't need to convince me twice. People like the puns, the dad jokes.
People like the puns. You know what? And I still have dad jokes and puns, but I feel like I do have less of them. I need to bring more back. Now it's a different type of humor.
You're so serious, man.
I'm so serious.
So serious.
Why so serious? It's just a different type of humor in the episodes now, but I should bring back a bit more of the punnage.
All right. As we wrap up just discussing episode 4, I want you to tell me a little bit about this drama queen that makes an appearance in your video.
Yes, it was a young boy who wrote about how much he hated Lent because of the food that he couldn't eat.
Yeah.
And what did he say? I can't remember.
Well, here. Can you read us the excerpts?
But let's do this in the voice of Droopy Dog. Thou wilt not believe how weary I am of fish, and how much I desire the flesh will come in again. For I have eaten none other than salt fish this Lent, and it has engendered so much phlegm within me that it stops my pipes, and I can scarcely breathe or speak. Though I think it was speak or breathe. But you get the idea.
Droopy Dog. I'm trying to think. Is it one of the Hanna-Barbera characters?
I think so.
I'm thinking of a blue dog, but that's not the right one.
No, that was Huckleberry Hound.
Okay, Droopy Dog. Is he the...
Going up, sir. That's more Droopy Dog. That's better Droopy Dog.
I don't know. That was a little smee for me.
It was the same actor.
Oh, it was the same actor?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
there
just
you go.
did the same. He always did the same voice. No, same actor.
Do you remember the name of the actor?
I can't now.
gosh.
Put it in the thing. I listened to him forever when I was doing Smee
okay.
on the cruise line.
Yeah.
There were only seriously like 7 or 8 voice actors back in the 60s who did every animated character. It was like June Foray did so many of them, and
Was it a lucrative career back then?
less so than it ended up becoming. But yeah, no, June did fine. I can't remember his name now. I used the guy who did all of the voices for movies, the movie trailer guy. Damn it, what is his name?
I will add it to the thing.
Next time, in
Yeah,
a world with
Yeah.
He used to go from job to job in a limousine, so very lucrative. Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. And for my viewers
In a world, that's what it was. In a world.
For my viewers, you do have a little bit. You did some voice acting as far as lessons. So
Yes, when I moved here, I did voice acting, did a few commercials, small ones, did a little bit of animation. But the cool thing was I like came out of my shell while studying voice acting.
yeah,
Not having people look at you when you're doing something really helped.
I would know about that.
Yeah, that's why he's behind the camera right now. But I studied with Bob Bergen, who is currently the voice of Porky the Pig.
Hi, Bob.
Basically since Mel Blanc died. And he's amazing and just a good friend now, but he helped me be okay with who I am, my weirdness, because you can be as weird as you want when you're voice acting.
Yeah, no.
Someday I might go back.
One of our first dates, you pulled an Iago, which really should have been a red flag, but like...
Yeah, I don't know how we ever got a second date.
We almost didn't, actually.
It was at Tender Greens.
Yeah, well, that's where we met, right outside of. But anyway, so we had an interesting day today.
We did.
Because we are getting ready for your anniversary video.
So we're doing the 1-year anniversary video, and I wanted something big, spectacular, and there are certain dishes that are spectacular throughout history, and one of those dishes is the cockentrice, which in medieval England and then and still through Tudor England, they made this thing, and it was half of a pig and half of a capon, or a castrated rooster.
You discussed it in our
Which
first
I
episode.
discussed, yeah.
And
Sewn together. And so that's what I'm doing. I might feel a little bit weird about it, but I think it's going to be fun, interesting, historically educational. So today we picked up the pig, and we picked up the capon. And then I made a video, and it was supposed to be just like a little TikTok kind of thing, or like a story.
Max's technology challenge.
I am terrible.
He's older.
I'm terrible at
just,
YouTube and doing all the
he
things.
calls me to unlock his computer.
It's-
What's my password, Jose?
Jamie!
Oh, it's the chicken.
Oh, it's the capon.
Yeah, there you go.
So I accidentally uploaded it onto YouTube. So you probably saw a video today, or now yesterday, because whenever you're seeing this, where I basically freaking out because I just got the pig and the capon and the sutures to make it.
That's going to be weird. I don't know.
It's going to be so weird. I'm really nervous. I don't know what I've gotten myself into.
Yeah, I don't know either. But there you go. Anniversary video.
Anniversary video. It'll be up the last weekend of
February. Yeah. So we're going to wind down.
By the way, that also shows how long it takes to make these videos. That this is the end of January, and I am filming February's video, and because it takes so long to...
Yeah, because
process
this
takes
coming
forever.
Tuesday's episode should be the Pirates Hardtack.
Which I made like 3
Garage.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
But editing and everything takes forever.
Yep. So, again, wrapping up, because these are getting rather long, I have noticed.
They are.
This
Yes.
is our first episode with a Pokemon in it, and then
Yes. And then the Pokemon leaves for a couple episodes, I feel.
because as you chose. So this
But
is
it
the
was
Pastry Chef Pikachu.
Pastry Chef Pikachu, which Jose got me when I started baking.
Yeah, so Max, you had you started watching the Great British Bake Off, and then that kind of inspired you to start baking. So I got him for you, and at that time you were making modern recipes, which I
Yes.
appreciated. You know, you made those wonderful lemon Queen Elizabeth cookies.
Made some wonderful, just
beautiful flooded
classic
icing.
cookies,
and
flooded. They had Queen Elizabeth on them. I made it for her 70th birthday.
You made little tartlets.
90th
You
birthday,
made
I don't know.
brandy snaps, which
Brandy
I love.
snaps.
And, you know, I know you burned your fingers making them, and I was
Yes,
like,
those are very difficult.
tastes delicious, worth it, worth the burnt fingers, I think. You know, so hopefully in the future, I can push you to make that spin-off channel that I keep harping on about. And other recipes, like you made beautiful cakes, and you know, for friends, and you've got your piping down, and you've done roses. So I'm quite
Yes.
excited to get
Some
that
fantastic things.
get that new channel going, and you know, hopefully it's easier than the Tasty History, or you know,
Be
you can
less work, I'm sure.
hopefully less work.
Yeah, I think I picked like the most difficult thing to do with tasting history. More time goes into writing an episode than like
Yeah, no,
I don't
it's-
know. Unless it was animation. The animation YouTube channels, they take longer.
Yeah.
They only put one thing out every like 6 months
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
animation takes forever.
Yeah, it's funny because people are like, "Oh, do more episodes a week, Max," and it's like,
What was it? So there was someone who approached me and they said it would be no extra work for me.
Maxwell, don't call them out.
I'm not calling, and I'm not saying who it was, because honestly I don't remember. But they said, we can put you onto, you know, some other platforms and everything and use your videos that you've created. You just need to make basically like
3 videos?
3 videos a week. And I just laughed. I was like, I'm working like 80 hours.
Although in the beginning you did put 2 a week for like 2
They were
weeks
also
or
like
so.
6 minutes long.
They were also half the size.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Well, hopefully Ketchup with Max fills in that void
Yes.
in your life as you wait for a new episode every Tuesday.
And all I have to do is show up and have a cocktail.
So please,
Jose does everything else.
So please like and subscribe. Keep the suggestions coming. Honestly, the reception is still very amazing. I'm touched. I'm growing slowly. I have 1.5% of the followers Max has, and you know what? That
Get
is.
that up to 2%.
Let's make it 2 people. Please like and subscribe. Please. My self-esteem depends on this.
Oh, shut up. Does
Anyway,
not.
Cersei, any words from you?
Nope.
No, you know,
She's good.
she said enough, I think.
All right.
Well,
That's it, right?
yeah, no, thank you for joining us on Catch Up with Max.
Catch up with Max. See you next week.